underneath the shoulders and knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes under, push the seat to the heels, then lift the knees up, coming into downward dog. And you can pedal out your feet a little bit. Put more pressure into the right foot, then push more pressure into the left foot. Put more pressure into the right hand. Put more pressure into the left hand. Just go back and forth. And then slow down that pedaling movement and find stillness and connect to your Ujjayi pranayama, your upward victorious breath. So it's an audible breath. There's a restriction at the back of the throat. It's equal inhales and exhales through the nose. So let's set a metronome for the breath. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. Keep that lift through the whole practice. You're going to need that. Mula Bandha is incredibly important, especially in a asana practice. So if you don't want hands on assist today, or you don't want any lotions, raise a leg and down dog split. We won't touch you. Echo and I. Thank you so much. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Stay in plank. Look at the wall in front of you and lengthen the tailbone toward the heels. Inhale. Exhale, push the floor away from you. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips, go back downward facing dog. On the inhale, soften the knees and slowly walk your feet toward your hands. Keep your feet about hips width distance apart. Keep your hands 6 to 8 inches in front of your feet. And remember, this is just a warm-up, so you don't have to be in a full Uttanasana. There should be a little more weight into the front of your foot. And then let the head be heavy. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. Now step your feet out as wide as your mat. Your feet are going to be turned out on a 10-degree angle. Come down to a squat. Bring the hands together in prayer and press out with the forearms as you squeeze in with the knees and lift up a little bit at the sternum. So you're gonna kind of leaning forward, trying to squat up in fact. Inhale. Exhale, push me away, Jason. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale. Exhale 6. Inhale. Exhale 7. Inhale. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale 9. Inhale. Exhale 10. And just gently place the hands on the floor and come sit down. And extend your legs straight out in front of you. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Exhale, place the right foot on the outside of your left knee. You don't have to go any higher. Remember, it's just a warm-up. On the inhale, flex the left foot. Pull the left toes back. Keep the left toes pulled back. Raise the right arm up alongside the left arm alongside the left ear. I'm sorry. And then exhale, twist over to the right and bring your right hand behind you, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, extend the right leg. Inhale, bend the left knee, left foot on the outside of the right knee. Pull the right toes back. Inhale, lift the right arm up alongside your right ear. So step your foot over the leg. So the left foot's going to step over the leg. And then exhale, twist over to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Good. And then lengthen, inhale. Exhale, 1. Pull the right toes back. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, extend the leg. Then bend both the knees, place the heels where the knees were. Bring the feet about 2 fists apart, hips width distance, hands behind you about 6 to 8 inches with your fingers pointing toward the windows. And bring the chin into the chest. Now you're trying to get cranial sacral alignment. On your inhale, lift your knees, hips up and your knees up. Let your head go back, your knees disappear. Cranial and sacral alignment. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, 1, good. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale. Exhale, 6. Inhale. Exhale, 7. Inhale. Exhale, 8. Inhale. Exhale, 9. Inhale. Exhale, gently come down. And come and sit on a block or a blanket. Whatever's going to make you comfortable for a few moments. And welcome everybody. How is everybody this morning? Everybody, probably a little better after a little warm-up. All right? All right. So I'm Austin. I think you're the only person new to me. What's your name? Heather, it's nice to meet you. Echo and I are going to be teaching the class today. Echo is my apprentice. She is an amazing teacher. You should go to her class. She teaches on Tuesdays, right? Or is it Tuesday? Tuesday open, and then Friday she teaches the express class in Mandarin. That's kind of exciting. We're going to chant a little bit today. And we're going to say, call and response. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Together. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Last time. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Now we're going to chant the bija mantras for the chakras. So the Muladhara chakra, or the root chakra, is Lam, L-A-M. Everybody say Lam, Lam. And the chant is Lam, 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 Lam. Lam, 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 Lam. La la lam, 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 lam. Your turn. Lam, 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 lam. Lam, 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 lam. La la lam, 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 lam. So the root chakra is, the color is red, and the Muladhara chakra is your foundation, your family, the things that give you security, like your home. Moving up to the Swadhisthana chakra, the color is orange, and it's related to intimacy and creative partnerships. And the bija mantra for the Swadhisthana chakra is Vam, V-A-M. Vam, 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 vam. Vam, 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 vam. Va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam. Va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam. Vam, your turn. Vam, 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 vam. Vam, 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 vam. Va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam. Va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam, va, va, vam, vam. Now moving up to the Manipura chakra, which is about, that's your solar plex. And the color is yellow. And this has to deal with our sense of ego and the power that we project out into the world from our ego. So it could be not really good sometimes. So the mantra for that is Ram, R-A-M. So everybody chant Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Ra ra ram 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 ram. Then when we move up from that, those lower three chakras really deal with the me, myself, and I, the lower end of the ego. And what's called Kundalini Shakti operates pretty easily through those three lower chakras. Even though they may not be open, very healthy, right? They could be kind of blocked up. But then you get up to the fourth chakra, which is at the heart center. That's the Anahata chakra. And the color is green. And that chakra deals with a sense of compassion and unconditional love. It moves out of the me, myself, and I, and to the seeing and offering to others. It lets go of the selfish nature. And so, because the heart is yummy, the bija mantra is yum, Y-A-M. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Ya, ya, yum, ya, ya, yum, ya, ya, yum, ya, ya, yum. Ya, ya, yum, ya, ya, yum, ya, ya, yum, ya, ya, yum, yum. Once we are able to let go of selfish tendencies and move up into a place of unconditional love and compassion, this moves up into the spiritual realm. And the energy moves up from there to the base of the throat, which is called the Vishuddha chakra. And its color is kind of like the ocean in the Caribbean. It's this beautiful Caribbean blue. And the throat is really us taking a moment and asking ourselves who we are. It's our identity on a spiritual level. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind. I have a body, I have a mind. I'm more than the body and the mind. I'm a spiritual being having a physical experience right now. That's it. And that idea of asking, who am I, is the questioning of the throat chakra. And its bija mantra is hum, H-A-M. It's the only ham that should ever touch your mouth, right? Because it's the pure kind of ham. But it's pronounced hum. So let's chant hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Ha ha hum, 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 hum. So once you asked yourself this question, who am I? You're what's called a spiritual seeker. And for a while you seek, but there's a moment when the spiritual seeker opens its third eye and they realize who they are, that they realize their connection to cosmic consciousness. And that's the space in between your eyebrows, what's called the third eye. You may hear a lot about it. But you can't open up the third eye unless you ask yourself who you are and you start to seek. But once the third eye is open, you are then the seer, right? You see truth. You see unchanging reality, unchanging truth. And the color there is the color of indigo. And the mantra is Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Oh, oh, Om, 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 Om. Now, once you are the seer and you see truth, you understand who you are. You understand your connection to the I am principle, or I am Brahmasi, so hum Brahmasim, I am God. There's God realization. You realize your own divinity. And the Sahasrara chakra is at the top of the head, Some people say it's slightly above, kind of floating. I believe both could be accurate. And its color is like iridescent light, pure light. It's like light being fractured through a prism. It's white light, but it's every color of the rainbow there also. And the bija mantra for that chakra is one either silent Om or one exterior Om. But we're going to chant an exterior Om. So inhale deeply. Om. So when I put these bija mantras together and I sing them as a mantra together, I sing them 4 times. So it's like this. Lam vam ram yam ham om om. 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 Your turn. Lam vam ram yam ham om om. 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 Again. Lam vam ram yam ham om om. 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 Once more. Lam vam ram yam ham om om. 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 Now just keeping the eyes closed, allow that sound vibration to resonate within you. See if you can, just by experiencing sound in yoga, you can feel any subtle shifts. And I say subtle because we're dealing with subtle body here. Subtle shifts in the body, the mind experience. Now, we're going to practice today, but everything we do is going to relate to these chakras. I'm going to place the asanas in a way that they relate to chakras. And they relate to these ideas of both the ego in the lower realm and then that sense of unconditional love and compassion, and finally moving up into the more esoteric spiritual realm. In reality, what you want to do is in this chakra reunification, you want to connect the higher consciousness to the lower consciousness, eliminating the lower consciousness. So there's nothing but higher consciousness. Inhale deeply through the nose, fill up the lungs completely. Exhale everything out completely. Inhale again, deep, full inhale, feel how expansive you are. Exhale everything out, feel how expansive you are. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level and start with a round of Kapalabhati, making short exhales on my clap. The inhales are happening, but they're passive. The diaphragm is fluttering, but what you're doing is you're moving energy upward from the pelvic floor. You're waking up that dormant energy of Kundalini. She's like a feral cat. Don't pet her at this moment. She'll scratch your eyes out. You got to domesticate her. You got to work with her. You got to move her up through the chakras to the heart center, to the sense of compassion where she becomes domesticated. And then start to slow that down. Exhale everything out. Engage Mula Bandha. Lift up at the pelvic floor. Engage Uddiyana Bandha, lifting up at the top of the abdomen. Jada Bandha, bringing the chest and the chin together, keeping the exhale out, creating Maha Bandha. Feel how that energy is moving upward with Maha Bandha and the exhale held out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lift the chin, inhale deeply. Exhale everything out completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale everything out completely. Inhale halfway to a comfortable level. Start with the second round of Kapalabhati, making the exhales faster this time. And here again, you're moving consciousness upward. You're waking the energy up. You're heating up the body. You're creating the tapas you need for this practice. Start to slow that down. Again, exhale everything out. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jadadanda Bandha, Ho Maha Bandha. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale everything out. Reconnect to your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale, engage Mula Bandha if you let go of it. Come and stand at the top of your mat into Dasana mountain seat. Big toes and heels touch. Tailbone moves toward pubic bone. Gazes at the horizon. Bring the hands together in prayer. And let's set a higher intention for your practice today. Yoga can only be practiced with a higher intention. And the highest intention you can have is enlightenment. What does it mean to be enlightened? I realize the oneness of being, that all is God. And then exhale hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer. Extend the arms, Urvahasana. Exhale, folding over, straight legs, Uttanasana, press palms down. Inhale, lift the head and chest, prepare. Exhale, step or jump, walk back, Chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, stay. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the straight legs. Inhale, rising up, extending the arms, Urvahasana. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, Urvahasana. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Muladhara Chakra, all standing asanas. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, looking past the hands. Inhale, lightly step or jump the feet in between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. On the inhale, bring the hands together in prayer, extend the arms, Urvahasana. Exhale, fold over the straight legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhale, hands slightly turn. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Now lift your heels into the hand. Inhale. And then make your heels even so they're not turning out like position 1. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Try not to drop in your armpit. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look past the hands. Inhale, step or jump the feet in between hands. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, rise up, extend the arms, see the prayer. Exhale, hands by the side to Dasana mountain seat. Twist straight legs. Hook thumbs in front of you, reach up and arch back. Exhale, bend the knees, take arms behind the back, clasp hands together and fist straighten the arms and legs. Inhale, bend the knees, place hands down next to feet, step the right foot back into a lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, lift knees up, downward facing dog. On the inhale, lightly step the right foot forward. Exhale, left foot meets right and fold over legs. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, bend knees, take arms behind back, clasp hands together and a fist straighten. Inhale, bend knees, place hands down next to feet, step the left foot back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming forward to plank. You may take your feet apart. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So give me a little feet apart. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, cobra. Exhale, tuck toes under, seat to the heels, lifting knees up, downward dog. On the inhale, left foot soundlessly forward. Exhale, right foot meets left and fold. Inhale, bend knees, hook thumbs, stand up, straighten legs, arch back. Exhale, hands by the side, Tadasana, mountain seat. On the inhale, bend the left knee into the chest. Give your left knee a hug, standing on your right foot. Then exhale, open up your left knee. Place your left foot on the inside of your right thigh or on your calf. Then bring the hands together in prayer. Look at one spot that's not moving. Think about this idea of your foundation, your base, what gives you stability. Then on your inhale, bring your arms overhead. Then exhale, let your left forearm come onto your left thigh, with your left palm facing upward. Inhale, lengthen through the right side of your body. Don't rush. And then exhale, side bend. Here again, think about that idea of stability, of balancing, and how that when you have a lack of balance and stability, things are really complicated in your life. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Push into me. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the prayer hand overhead. Press the palms together. Exhale, bring the prayer hand to heart center. Inhale, bring your left knee forward. Give your left knee a hug. And then exhale, put your left foot on the floor next to the right. On the inhale, bend your right knee into your chest. Give your right knee a hug. Drop your right hip even with the left. Then exhale, open up your right knee, placing your right foot on the inside of your left thigh or on the calf. That's fine. Find your balance. Then bring your hands together in prayer. Don't rush. Rushing is also like that kind of idea that you're not tapping into the subtle energy. On your inhale, bring your arms overhead. Then exhale, open up your arms. Allow your right arm come onto your right thigh. Right palm faces up. Inhale, lengthen through the left. And then exhale, side bend over to the right. Hey, look at me, Echo. It's like, that's a nice, Inhale. Now let her push her hip into you. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. So your hip is like doing the bump in the 70s. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. On your inhale, lift the torso up. Bring the prayer hand together. Press the palms together overhead. Then exhale, bring the prayer hand to heart center. Then inhale, bring the knee forward, give the knee a hug. And then exhale, place the foot on the floor next to each other. On the inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms up, Utkatasana, awkward chair seat. Then exhale, put your hands on the earth and extend your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Adva Uttanasana. Then exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urban Sadhu. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left heel down, rise up, Virabhadrasana 1, and stay. And as you come up, I want you to think about your mother. And I want you to think about how that your mother has given you stability all your life. Maybe it's not a biological mother. Maybe it's somebody who acted as your mother. But they were a mother figure to you. And allow that to resonate within the asana. Don't think that the asana is just as a practice anymore. But imagine it as something that you can actually tap into your gratitude and the idea of offering that gratitude to somebody or another being who gave you support and foundation during your life. Open the arms and hips, warrior two. Then extend the right leg. Now, check your back foot out before we go any further. Back foot turn in an angle instead of out. So think of it like I'm throwing a spear. If you were throwing a spear, you wouldn't turn your back foot away from you. You would keep it kind of pointing forward because your focus is up there. And then I want you to see your mother setting on your right index finger. That focus is right there at the index finger. Then bend your right knee and think about all of the lessons that your mother taught you, or that person who acted like your mother taught you. That they gave you all these wonderful life lessons that you still use to this day. And maybe it took some time for you to really understand them. Like, you didn't understand them when they were happening, because we all kind of resent that person who acted as our mother when that was happening and you were young, right? And then you got older and you were like, oh, I get what they're trying to teach me now. Move up a little bit, Sarah, just about right here. Then extend your right leg, now reach toward the windows, and place your right hand on your right shin, but then lift your left arm up into the air, look at your left thumb, and here, see that being who was or acted as your mother or is your mother, and send them blessings, love, and gratitude. And notice how that when you're sending that blessings, love, and gratitude, it's actually coming out of the prana vayu, because I told you to now put your mother up on your left hand. It's coming from the heart center, even though we're dealing with the root chakra. There's something that's always connecting us to the spiritual heart center. Then come all the way up, stand by pressing into your feet. Then bend your right knee, put your right hand outside your right foot on a floor or block. And then extend your left palm toward the windows and look into the inside of your left palm. So there's a little rotation in your arm. And imagine there's a little magic mirror in the center of your left palm. And imagine that being who acted as your mother, who was your mother, either one, is in the magic mirror in your left palm. And look into that being's eyes and see the reflection of yourself in their eyes, and see the reflection of them, and allow them to see the reflection of you in their eyes. That you see the oneness and the interconnection between you and that being. And here again, think of blessings and love and gratitude for that experience, for those teachings, for those connections. Then just gently place your left hand down and step back to a downward facing dog, just that simple. So one of the things that's very important to realize is that when you're practicing chakra reunification, you're actually not doing anything complicated. These are not complicated asanas. They're very fundamental asanas. You don't need complicated asanas to open up and purify and reconnect these chakras. Now step your left foot forward in between your hands. your father sitting on your hands, or the person who acted like your father. It may not be your biological father, but that person who in your early life helped form the foundation and structure that led you to the person you are today. I can't always say that that's a positive thing sometimes. Sometimes those are traumatic experiences, but they still help create who you are today. So you have to be thankful for who you are, or then the chakra is unhealthy, right? You got to have that connection to grounding. Right? Then open up the arms and hips for your two. Here again, check that back foot out. Turn it in a little bit. Then extend the left leg one breath. And then bend the left knee for your two and think about your father sitting on your left index finger. And think about lessons that your father taught you, or that person who acted like your father. Maybe some lessons that you still use today, that there's still things that person taught you that are valid in your life now. And send those blessings and love and gratitude for those lessons to that being who acted as your father or was your father. Then extend the left leg, reach forward toward the windows, put your left hand on your left shin, raise your right arm up, and now look at your image of that father figure or the father on the right hand. And like I said before, notice that all of the blessings, all of the love you're sending that person is coming from what we call the prana vayu, the channel that is running through your heart, through your arms, to your fingertips. That even though we're dealing with the fruit chakra, the heart center, the spiritual center is activated here. And come all the way up to a stand, and then bend your left knee, left hand outside your left foot, right arm reaches toward the windows, and look into your palm, and in your right palm, your right palm, you're going to see the face of your father, or that figure who acted like your father. And they're looking into your eyes, you're looking into their eyes. It's like a magic mirror. You're experiencing that eye-to-eye connection. Some say that you can see the soul within the eyes. And that's what you're doing. You're making a soul-to-soul contact. Then gently place the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. And then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, make this simple. Don't make this complicated. Sometimes we complicate things. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Bring your feet together. Don't move your hands or your feet. Come onto the right hand, the outside of your right foot, and lift your left arm up. Nothing fancy. And as you lift your left arm up, I want you to look at your left hand, and I want you to think of your job, what you make money at. And be grateful for that, because money's not a bad thing. In yoga, sometimes money is taught as if it's a bad thing. Money is a good thing, because without money, then you don't have any stability. Money is your root, your grounding. Come out to a plank again, and then go on to the left hand outside of the left foot. And now, after you've acknowledged that, send your career, your job, blessings, love, and gratitude. Be thankful that you have that stability. In fact, that stability is what's allowing you to come to yoga today. And then come back out to a plank, and exhale the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor, Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana, and then exhale, tuck the back onto the heels and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Okay. On your inhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Step your left foot forward next to your right. Fold over your legs. And then bend your knees, reach your arms up, Utkatasana. And exhale, come stand up, Tadasana, mountain seat. Now, step away from the front of your mat about a foot and bring your big toes and your heels to touch. On your inhale, come high on the balls of your feet like you're in high heel shoes and press your inner heels together. Then bring your hands together in prayer. Now, stay lifted, pressing down to lift up. And here again, think of all of those things. And the last thing I want you to think about that gives you stability is your home, your house, your apartment. Whether you rent it or you own it, doesn't matter. A roof over your head gives you stability. Now bring gratitude, blessings, and love to that idea of your home. Find stability there. Now keep your heels lifted. Then slowly start to descend your seat towards your lifted heels. Keep your shoulders over your hips as you come down. Now, as you open up your knees, reach your arms forward and imagine that all of that gratitude is right in your little hands, like a vase, a beautiful, beautiful glass vase. It's very fragile. Don't drop it. Gently reach forward and set it on the ground and come sit down. Extend your legs out in front. Flex your feet, lift your head and chest. Moving up into the Swadhisthana chakra. The element is water. Its color is orange. And this is sexuality, intimacy, and creativity. Flex your feet, lift your head and chest. And I want you to think of an old romantic partner you had that you're still attached to in a longing kind of way. You need to let go of that old relationship. That relationship is over. You need to let go of it. And that happens to us a lot. Those memories of past passions keep coming back to haunt us. First, see that being sitting on your toes and send them blessings, love, and gratitude. And exhale, fold forward, holding onto your feet, Paschimottanasana. And as you fold forward, know that that's another thing that sometimes in yoga, sexuality in yoga can kind of get a bad rap. And the reason why that is because originally the people who came and taught yoga to the West, they were all swamis, they were all renunciates. They gave up houses and wives and sexuality for spirituality. But the practice that we're practicing today is a tantric practice. It's a householder's practice. And so sexuality is part of everyday life. It's part of owning a home. It's part of partnerships. So in this practice, it's recognized that sexuality can be something that can keep us from our spiritual practice, but it can also be something that guides us to a higher sense of spiritual practice. But that's not going to happen if we're attached to old ideas, old longings, old relationships that aren't working anymore. So the idea of taking that energy and letting go of it and acknowledging that it was there is part of the practice of opening up this chakra. On the inhale, lift the head and chest. On the exhale, hands by the hips, Dandasana. On the inhale, bend the right knee into the chest. Open up the right knee, place the right foot on the inside of the left thigh. And then see that being setting on your left big toe. Twist your torso over the left leg and exhale, fold forward and send that being blessings, love, and gratitude for the time you had, for the experience that you had, but getting ready to let go of it, to let it be in the past, to not worry anymore about what they're doing in their life right now. have a page on Facebook and stuff. You know, I know. We've all done it. We've all been there. On the inhale, lift the head and chest up as you lift the right knee up. And exhale, extend your right leg out. Bend your left knee into your chest and open up your left knee. Put your left foot on the inside of your right thigh. And on your right big toe, I want you to see your future and all of the possibilities you have intimately now that you've let go of the past. And be grateful for the future. And exhale, fall forward, hold on to the foot. Letting go of the past, opening ourselves up to new experiences. Inhale, lift the head and chest as you lift the knee up. And exhale, extend the leg out. Then bend both your knees. Place your feet on the floor. And open up your knees about hips width distance. We're going to come into another tabletop. Bring your hands behind you 6 to 8 inches. Lift your hips up into tabletop. Here, we're going to do breath of fire. Equal inhales and exhales through the nose, like a puppy dog sniffing. And you'll feel the abdomen pumping, churning right there at the Swadhisthana chakra, which is about 2 inches below your belly button. And then slow that down and come all the way down. Yeah, and then open up your knees, bring your feet together, and bring your heels closer to your pubic bone, and open up the soles of your feet like a book. And I want you to bring to mind maybe a new creative passion energy that's in your life, a new person that you, or maybe it's one that you're already in. Maybe there's a situation that you're already in, that it's not new, but it's not the old one that you're hanging on to. It's the one you're in now or you're looking to get involved with. And go forward and allow that to make more space for that relationship that you're in now, or that relationship that you might want to be in. The other thing is maybe you don't want a relationship right now. That's okay too, but you should be healthy with that. That's a good point to make too, that if you are saying that you don't want a relationship, but you're always longing for a relationship, that's not healthy. You know, say what you mean what you say. So if you have decided that I don't want a sexual relationship in my life right now, I'm working on my career, and that's perfectly fine. I believe in that. But then don't sit around going, oh, I sure do wish I had a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner. Be content with where you are in that process of relationships. On your inhale, lift your head and chest. Lift your knees up. Cross one ankle over the other. Place your hands on the floor or blocks by your hips. Press into your hands. Lift your seat, Lolasana. Give a little rock, give a little roll. Jump, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog.
From down dog, we will move into the third chakra. On the next inhale, step your right leg forward to lunge. Exhale, drop your knee down. On the inhale, palms reach up, arms along ear. Exhale, hands in prayer, twist to right side. You can stay here, or on the next inhale, lift the back knee up, Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Exhale 1, inhale. Exhale 2, inhale. Exhale 3, inhale. Exhale 4, inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, bring back to center, frame your front foot. Exhale, shorten your foot distance to half. Extend both legs. Bring one block near your right foot on the inhale. Left hand press to the right outside of the right foot. Yeah. Exhale, stay here, stable. On the inhale, right arm reach to ceiling, look up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, bring down, frame your front foot. Exhale, bring your left knee outside of your right foot. Sit down in half lotus fish. On the inhale, left arm reach up. Exhale, twist to right side, half lotus fish, Adho Matsyendrasana. Stay here and keep breathe. Depend on the book of Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it is said twist happens here. It could increase our digestive fire, and this asana is an instrument to remove disease from our body, both physical and spiritual, so that Kundalini could be awakened from here. In this asana, we are practice about the Manipura. Manipura means jewels in the city. As Austin said, the Bija mantra is Ram, and element is fire. So about the digestive system, as Hatha Yoga Pradipika said, that actually digestive system is our body. We turn food into energy, and all the body part above these chakras, we assimilation like airs, food, and all the body areas lower this chakra is about to exhalation. And this is like in the middle of all the three, all like in the middle way. So it also said that it is a middle point of heaven and earth. Well, about to the spiritual part, this asana is also related to ego, self-esteem, and also the personal power. So actually it determines that where you would like to put your willpower to. So on the next inhale, bring back to center. Exhale, counter twist to other side. Inhale, bring back to center. Exhale, swing your right leg behind, press to hand, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, step your left leg forward to lunge. Exhale, lower your back knee down. Inhale, palms reach to the ceiling, arm along ear. Exhale, hands in prayer, twist to left side. You can stay here, or if you do the other side, on the next inhale, lift the back knee up. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. And exhale 5. Inhale, bring back to center, frame your front foot. Exhale, shorten your foot distance, extend both legs. On the inhale, bring your right hand outside your left foot on the blocks. Exhale, stay here, stable. Inhale, left arm to the ceiling. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale, bring both hands down. Frame your front foot. Exhale. Bring your right knee to the outside of your left foot, lotus fish sit. Sit groundly. On the inhale, right arm to the ceiling. And exhale, twist to the left side. Look through your shoulder. As we talking about Manipura relate to our ego and the personal power. So when we put our power over the others, the desire of control, manipulate happen. Or when we actually look down of ourselves, low esteem comes out. All of this situation is actually like the balance of the manipula place, chakra. And when we look back to the digest system and combine it like physical and spiritually together, actually digestive system relate to our diet. And actually what we eat as food have subtle influence on our body and mind. When we eat another animal life as food, they actually have this kind of unperceivable message that we are predator. We are allowed to eat another animal as a food, or that it's okay to kill another animal life just for us, for survival. And this unperceivable information accumulated and growing big and big, but actually maybe you don't notice, but it have these karmic effects on the human society. Like when fight between humans happen, like war happen, and people will think, actually it's a law, it's okay, or we are allowed to kill another people, human life, just for our reason. And this is, I think, that's the reason why Urban Sadhu here, we promote a vegan life style, that actually we can take our own small step, maybe even just one day, for support these actions and contribute to a more peaceful world. On the next inhale, bring back to center. Exhale, count your twist to the other side. Inhale, bring back to center. Exhale, swing your left leg behind. Press your hands, downward facing dog.
All right. And yes, once we get, like I said, these bottom three chakras, me, myself, and I, the idea of power, and we, food gives us energy. It helps fuel the physical kosha, the first layer of the body. But if we're like putting things that have toxic energy into our bodies, we can't open up a chakra. So that idea of a himsa diet, a diet based in non-violation, terribly important for the yogi. On your inhale, come forward to a plank. Exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Inhale, pull your heart through cobra and stay in cobra. Inhale, lift your hands off the floor and move your shoulder blades toward the spine and down the back, starting to move the energy up from the Manipura chakra into the Anahata chakra, that heart center. And back bends are the heart center, and we're moving into that letting go of the love of power for the pure power of love, unconditional love. I don't want anything from you. This is different from those kind of relationship loves or the family loves where you expect something, you expect birthday cards and gifts at times of year. This is the kind of love you don't expect nothing. Unconditional, unselfish love. Gently come down, rest. And this is the most beautiful kind of love there is, because it's a love for all beings. Bend the knees, reach back, grab the ankles. Pull the navel toward the spine. On your inhale, kick your feet into your hands and lift all the way up. And start to think about how that you can, in your daily life, make small efforts and changes to send this unconditional love, this compassion to all beings everywhere. Allowing all beings everywhere to be happy and free. And then release and come all the way down. And like I said, remember, these don't have to be fancy. sometimes when we turn the asana into kind of a fanciful thing, we lose the real true intention. Chakra tuning is based in very basic concepts of energetics, not complicated ones. So bend your knees, place the hands on the soles of your feet like you're giving yourself a high five, and then reach down and hold onto the inside of the ankles with the eyes of your elbows facing the outer walls. Now, dorsal flex your feet so you're pointing your toes back toward the mirrors. Now kick your feet into your hands, and this time ride back a little bit on the back of the legs. But here again, see if you can open up from here. And as you lift from here, see if you can Jason, ride back a little bit on your thighs. Breathe. Now, I'm going to have you transition from here into Shalabhasana. So let go of your feet, go back Shalabhasana. Squeeze your legs together, reach your arms back. Yeah. And then come down, relax. So opening up the heart, there's a lot of talk about opening up the heart in yoga. A lot of different schools will talk about heart openers. The thing that I've never heard any of those schools that talk a lot about it say is that, you know, you are like a sculpture being seen at the Met Museum in the round. Yes, you have a front, but you also have a back and a side. And the heart, for there to be actual unconditional love and total compassion, has to be seen in the round. It's not a facade, it's not a veneer. It's not just frontal. So you have to open up both from the front and the back, and the sides, and the top, and the bottom. That's a real heart opener. That's why it's unconditional love. When you think of it, when you start to think of this energetic as only from the front, that's conditional. It's only the people you're seeing in front of you, or the beings you're seeing in front of you. But when you allow there to be trust and compassion to those beings that are behind you that you can't see, that's when you let go of fear. That's total trust and unconditional love. Bring your hands by your chest, elbows close to your ribs. On your inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to a plank. And exhale, the knees, the chest, the chin to the floor. Now stay in Ashtanga Namaskar. Bring your hands behind your back, clasp your hands together in a fist, and lift your arms away from you. Here again, opening up the heart center, but in a very different way than you think of a heart opener. Bowing down to those beings that are around you. Letting the heart of unconditional love and compassion be shown. Release the hands, place the hands next to the chest. On the inhale, slide forward, Bhujangasana. And then exhale, come down and roll over onto the back. Bend the knees, tickle the heels with the fingertips. Feet are about hips width distance apart and parallel. On the inhale, lift the hips, the lower, the middle back. Now, we're not going to stay here for long. This is all a setup for upward bow. I want you to keep your hips in the air so that you don't, I want you to kind of feel what it feels like to move more from your chest than your hips. Then release your hands, place your hands next to your head. Now puff up your chest and come onto the top of your head. Now, this is important. A lot of times you'll see people lift their heels up. Remember, this is about grounding, so heart is still connected to the base chakra. Keep your feet down. Press into your hands and lift your head up and extend through your armpits, through the pranavayu. And stay grounded in your feet. And here again, don't have to make it fancy. Don't have to make it fancy or circusy. Try to find a bow instead of something different. So don't turn it into acrobatics. Don't turn it into acrobatics and posturing. Don't turn it into posturing. Be honest about it. Be honest about it. Knees over ankles. Knees over ankles. Yeah. Oh, now we're getting honest. Now we're getting honest. That's hard, right? Keep it honest. Keep it pure. Bring the chin to the chest and come down. The upper, the middle, the lower back. Keeping it real, they say. It's hard. Because the mask of the ego all of a sudden wants to say, oh, no, I got this identification. I'm going to show you my identification. Because really, when we move up into the heart, we're letting go of that physical identification that we have. When we get into this idea of compassion and unconditional love, the world becomes so simple. Life becomes so simple. All beings, all sentient beings are the same. And I have love and unconditional love for all of them. It's not fancy anymore. I've just simplified my life. Place the hands next to the head. Now, this time keep your hips on the ground. Puff up your chest and come onto the top of your head with your hips down like a reversed knees, chest, chin, right? This is the reverse knees, chest, chin. Then lead with your chest and lift yourself up. Don't walk your feet tight. Come up from here, lifting up, extending your arms. Keep it clean, keep it simple. Try to move the center of the pranavayu toward the ceiling, not to the wall in front of you, to the heavens. Bring your chin into your chest and come down your upper, your middle, your lower back. Good. Bend the knees into the chest, give the knees a hug. I think that idea of unconditional love and compassion, boy, it is the hardest thing in the world. There's so few beings who've actually ever really accomplished that in their life. Those are the saints of the world. And each one of us has a saint within us. We're all capable of being Martin Luther King or the Dalai Lama or Mother Teresa. But you have to see that within yourself. Place your hands next to your hips. Press into your hands and immediately bring your feet overhead. Let your toes touch the floor behind your head. Good. Now, clasp your hands together in a fist. Move your elbows a little closer together and then put your hands on your back and lift your legs up into the air. Now, shoulder stand rushes that unconditional love and compassion up to the throat. We're able to start to ask that question, who am I? Why was I given this body? Why was I given this mind? What is the spiritual purpose of my life? And it's an awakening. An awakening. And not many places talk about these spiritual awakening. When you go to most yoga studios, very few people are going to tell you this is about self-realization, God consciousness, and the oneness of being, and that you actually can be a saint, that you have the ability to manifest a world that is filled with love and compassion, but it actually has to start with you. It's not about what the other people are doing. It's about you. It's your journey, not their journey. Sri Brahmananda Saraswati used to say, mind your own business. Mind, the mind, your own business. That idea of the spiritual journey is your journey. Don't worry about everybody else's. But when we're able to ask that question of, who am I? And we activate this chakra of the throat that's about speech and expressing that unconditional love and compassion to other beings, then we're moving toward that state of enlightenment. Patanjali says there's 8 stages of enlightenment. Flex the feet, let the toes come overhead, let the toes touch the floor behind your head. Clasp your hands together in a fist, extend the arms away from you. Then bend the knees, bring the knees alongside your ears, hold onto the knees, Karnapidasana. Then place your hands on the floor toward the mirrors, slowly roll down. As you come down, extend your legs. Once the legs are extended, turn your palms to face upward, puff up your chest, come onto the top of your head, fish, and feel that energy from your throat rush up into the sinuses. If you tap into it, you can actually feel Kundalini move at that moment. That subtle energy moving from the spine into the head. Now, it's said that this channel that Kundalini moves through is all meeting at the third eye, and then it all comes together as like a command central, like the big train station, Grand Central. Press into your elbows, bring your chin into your chest, come down, bend your knees into your chest, and roll over to the left side, come into a child's seat. Allow your forehead to rest on the ground for a second, and just stimulate that area of the third eye. So when we move up into Anjane Chakra, the third eye, that color is indigo, we're waking up our cosmic awareness. We're seeing Sat, or unchanging truth. No longer is this subjective truth. Not my truth, not our truth as a culture, not humanity's truth, but this is truth that is universal. It is unchanging. It is said that Sat has been Sat since the day creation was created and will be Sat after creation ends. Sat is truth that lasts, is in the past, the present, and the future all at the same time. There's very few kinds of truths that are like that. Interlace the fingers together, making one fist. Place the head on the floor behind the wrist crease. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees up, and walk the feet forward, coming into a headstand. Now you can stay with your feet on the ground. What's important is your head is on the ground. Your hips are above your head, and the heart is above the shoulders. And that the idea of the inversion that's happening is turning your concepts of who you are and why you're here upside down. This is that moment where everything you thought you knew has just changed, and you're seeing it from a different perspective. And no longer am I Austin with a really cool beard who teaches yoga in Jersey City, who's a gay guy. But I am divine. I am God. And then everything in this room is God. You are God. Echo is God. The plant is God. The harmonium is God. The animals are God. The sky is God. The rain is God. And there is no separation. Dualism has ended. And this is a state of non-dualistic existence that you're actually able to let go and let God happen. It's a beautiful moment. It is the aim of all yoga practices. And if it's not the aim of the yoga practice that you're in, then you're not practicing yoga. You may be practicing physical exercise, but Hatha yoga, any form of Hatha yoga, has always been God realization. Gently come down, rest in child seat. ready, come lay down with your head toward the windows, your feet toward the mirrors. I'll let you do it today because there's so few. There's not that many. I'll let you do it. Okay. One dog. And Shavasana corpse seat is taking all of these asanas that relate to different chakras and putting them all together, right? It's putting the whole thing together. The chakras have now been unified or reconnected. So Shavasana is that moment when you allow that vibrational quality of Kundalini to settle down and actually resonate within the DNA of your body. So to do that, relax at the pelvic floor and allow the breath now just to breathe the body. You don't have to practice Ujjayi Pranayama anymore. But I want you, while you're laying on the floor first, just to see if you can feel anything subtle, energetic in your body. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. If whatever you feel, take note of it, acknowledge it. It's real. Maybe you don't feel anything. That's real too. Now I want you to see a red dot at your pelvic floor, and I want you to see it on your spinal column, but at the pelvic floor. And I want you to see it light up like a Christmas tree light. Red dot. And I want you to bring your conscious awareness up to the spinal column, about 2 fingers below your belly button. And I want you to see an orange light up like a Christmas light. And think of that Christmas light having that cord strung in between each Christmas light. Now I want you to bring your conscious awareness up to your solar plexus on your spinal column, and I want you to see a yellow dot light up. And acknowledge that cord in between. Now allow your conscious awareness to come up to the spine in line with the quote-unquote heart center. I want you to see a green light circle light up. And then allow your conscious awareness to move up to the base of your throat on your spinal column, and I want you to see that Caribbean blue light up. And then allow your conscious awareness to move up to into the head, and while there's no more spine, it's in the center of your head, the third eye, but we see it on the top of the forehead, because the forehead will open up energetically, but the chakra's kind of in the middle of your brain near the pineal gland. And I want you to imagine an indigo Christmas light up right there. And then allow your conscious awareness to come up to the top of your head. And all of those colors of light are coming together. And now that you've opened up that Sahasrara chakra, imagine that like a flashlight, there's this beautiful radiant light pouring out of the crown of your head, lighting up the world, lighting up the universe. This is what we're talking about when we talk about people's aura. The aura is coming from the crown, and the aura can be not the right color. The color of enlightenment is this beautiful iridescent light of pure light. But when the light is not pure, when the light is blocked, then you get other colors. it would be good if you had a green light coming out of the top of your head. It means you've tapped into that unconditional love and compassion, but maybe you still haven't figured out how to ask, who am I? Maybe still you haven't figured out cosmic consciousness. Maybe you still haven't figured out God awareness, God realization. So green would be good, but the best is when every one of those colors come together and make this pure white light. See that pure white light coming from the crown of your head. Visualize it. Allow yourself to believe that it can happen. Gently start to deepen the breath. And by means of the breath, make small movements with the fingers and the toes. Stretch the arms overhead. Stretch the arms and legs in opposite directions. Stretch the right side more than the left side. Stretch the left side more than the right. And then bend both knees into the chest. Give the knees a little hug. And gently roll over to the right side. And pressing the left palm into the earth, lift the torso up. And come up to a seated position for meditation practice. And so sitting in a comfortable position, and we'll practice a mudra today. So bring the thumb and the index fingertip to touch with the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky finger gently extended out. In chin mudra, sometimes it's called jnana mudra. And close the eyes and begin to draw the senses inward. And allow the breath to deepen a little bit. You don't have to re-employ Ujjayi pranayama, but there needs to be breath awareness. So notice the inhale and notice the exhale. And begin to focus the mind, but you need something to focus on. And focusing on that mantra of the Sahasrara chakra. As you inhale, silently, internally chant to yourself, Om. And as you exhale, chant to yourself, Om. And if the mind begins to chatter and talk, focus on the breath, focus on the mantra. Inhaling Om and exhaling Om. Lokam samastam sukino bhavantu. Lokam samastam sukino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Bringing the hands together in undulating mudra, bowing the head slightly, giving thanks and praise for the teachings and the teachers of yoga from the past, the present, and still teachers and teachings yet to be revealed. Om Bolo Sadguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Echo, for teaching with me. Don't forget, Yogeshwari is going to be here on Tuesday. It's her last day teaching with us, so sign up for that now. 7 o'clock, we're canceling the Echo's Tuesday class, and we're canceling the Yoga Nidra in the afternoon. So if you want to, last week I think we had about 28 people, which was really terrific for her, so sign up. If you haven't experienced her, you should experience her. She's a senior Jiva Mukti teacher and travels the world teaching all over the world, and is one of the true, when I talk about yoga teachers who walk the walk and talk the talk, Yogeshwari is one of those people. So I'm a great admirer of hers. So come to that. I'll be there. Echo will be there. Emmy will be there. We'll all be there. Be love, be vegan.
love and happiness. Yeah. Something that can make you do wrong, make you do right. Yeah. Love. Love and happiness. But wait a minute, something's going wrong. Someone's on the phone, 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, talking about how she can make it right. Yeah, yeah. Happiness is when you really feel good about somebody. There's nothing wrong being in love with someone. Yeah. Oh, baby, love and happiness. Love and happiness. Oh. I'll be good to you. We'll be together. Yeah. See each other. Walk away with victory. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, baby. Love and happiness. Oh, yeah. Love and happiness. Stay out all night long. Oh, love. Wait a minute. Let me take power, love. Hey, hey, hey. Power.
Radhe to the wind. Raindrops loosed from soft clouds. Tears of things falling for you.
do